OSCAAR TV at the Barrie Speedway. 30-lap A-main for the OSCAAR Modifieds in the books in round number 2. Staying alongside the second-place finisher and Gary McLean. Not too often that we say that, Gary. A second-place finish fell just shy of your 10th OSCAAR win tonight, but you were right there on the back of your cousin Brent's bumper in the number 7 throughout all 30 laps there. What was it that Brent was able to do that just held you off over the closing laps?
Well, he just had good track position, and I kind of expect the kid not to make any mistakes. He's been taught. He's got a good bunch of guys behind him telling him what he should be doing and shouldn't be doing, so I didn't expect him to make any mistakes, and he didn't. He hit his marks dead on every time. His car wasn't perfect, but, sometimes a good driver's got to suck it up and just stay in the right position to keep the spot.
You mentioned that Brent didn't make any mistakes, and that's something that a lot of young drivers are prone to. When you didn't see him make any mistakes, you must have thought, boy, how am I going to get by this kid? Well,
you just got to be there. You got to keep working it over, and I had ample opportunity to use the front bumper and remind him I was there, and would have maybe got him flustered. Sometimes young drivers, you can do that. He's not so much that way. Like I said, you expect the kid to be good. So, we just stayed there, kept hitting our marks, waiting. The car was not 100% tonight. We had some issue with tires and whatnot, so it definitely hurt our performance. But not so much as 7 car was going to be. He was fast and he was going to be hard to beat regardless.
Now, it looked as though you guys touched the wall coming off of turn number 2 early in the race. How much did that affect the car over the closing laps as well?
Oh, it's probably going to affect more of the rest of the week when we got a whole lot of work to do to fix it. Knocked the rear end over quite a bit, and the rims were bent bad enough that it shook like the devil on the straightaways. So some guys might have pulled in, but I wasn't going to give up that easy.
Now, what is it about Barrie Speedway that you guys seem to have figured out over the last couple of years? I mean, you won here last year in dominating fashion, a second-place finish tonight, and as you mentioned, maybe without that car touching the wall, you guys maybe got by the 7 car, maybe get another win tonight, but what is it about Barrie Speedway that you guys have figured out?
Well, like I was saying there earlier, the track's kind of tricky. They're, 2 different corners, just a difficult track to work with, and I think the experience and the seat time that I've got sure helps quite a bit. The guys do a phenomenal job in the car, make sure that it's going to be good, and you just got to be patient with it and try to see move around the racetrack, try to see what the car will give you and not try to take too much.
Not a whole lot of sponsorship on the number 8 car, but a whole lot of work and a whole lot of great crew guys that help you out as well, though.
Just an awesome group of guys. Greg Gibson, of course, he wasn't here tonight, which I know that he's going to come back and tell us that's probably why we didn't win, but he was away at Delaware working on another car. Trying to pay the bills, I guess, is what we're talking about. So, he puts in a ton of work on this thing. I got my brother Derek was standing in as the substitute crew chief. He's going to get a lot of flack for a second place finish, but he did a whale of a job. Really worked hard on the car. Dad and buddy Ken Bearfeltz and brother Dean McLean. They come and they help us every week, and they put a lot of effort in, and that's all we got. So that's what makes the world go round for us.
Congratulations on a second place finish nonetheless, and we'll see you next weekend in Delaware.
Thank you, sir. We'll be looking forward to Delaware.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Second place finisher here at Barrie Speedway in round number 2 for the OSCAAR Modifieds this year, Gary McLean. For OSCAAR TV on June the 15th, 2013, I'm Clayton Johns.